in the post game show. Um, so yeah, man, the game just finished. I'm waiting for the post game. There's a lot of takeaways from this game. Um, let's see. There's a lot of takeaways here. There's a lot going on. Man, who knew this was going to be like kind of like a barn burner game, man? I knew the game was going to be close. I had Colorado winning by a touchdown, but there's a few things that they got to get fixed. Um, Salter did good early on. It just felt like he was uncomfortable out there. It felt like he was holding on to the ball a little bit too long. It was like it was either some miscommunication or something. You said I like their pass coverage, but Colorado run defense need a little work. Yeah, need a little work. Yeah, it definitely needs a little work. The run, but they could not contain that quarterback. We had talked about that before. Yeah, he kept overthrowing a little bit. It he kept overthrowing a little bit, and then he held on to the ball too long, and then when he had rolled to his right one time, it was like he was like face to face with the defender. So there's a lot of positive and negatives from this game. Um, he throwing the ball and throwing too high. The offensive line is still bad. No, the offensive line has improved. Definitely, the offensive line has improved. What they were doing on that offensive line, they were bringing people in and out on the offensive line. They didn't keep the same whole offensive line in the whole game. They because even Kareem Harden got in on the play, but then towards the end of the game, they kept with Zarian McGill. I think he's the center, right? They had Xavier Hill, Zylan Chrysler, Jordan Seaton, Larry Johnson the third. That's their offensive line, guys. The offensive line they should stay with is Jordan Seaton, Zylan Chrysler, Xavier Hill, Zarian McGill, and Larry Johnson the third. That is their offensive line. That's their offensive line. Um, um, Caden Salter, he could run. I give it to him. He can run, but it's just something that was missing from him. There's something that was missing. He could have took them. He could have brought them home over the edge. It was the quarterback. The quarterback. It was a couple missed throws he had. Um, yeah, something is off. But the offensive line has improved. They for sure has improved. They have two people. One, let me see. They got three people on that offensive line that can go to the NFL. Jordan Seaton, Zylan Chrysler, Xavier Hill, and Zarian McGill, and Larry Johnson the third. They can all go to the NFL. They have an NFL offensive line. They now have, I can say now, they have a bona fide NFL offensive line. The problem is something with that. It's something missing. The running game is there. They do have a running game. It's not their running game. They have the running game. Um, yeah, as far as like the run defense, they could have stopped that a little more. But the defense kind of did their thing a little bit, man. They remember how they picked up those two fumbles? That one guy picked up the two fumbles. They did their thing on defense. They were getting to the quarterback. Yeah, they could have stopped the run a little more, but it was really mainly offense. They really couldn't get the offense going like they wanted to. And it's coming down to that quarterback play. I'm being real with you. It's coming down to the quarterback play. Um, yeah, it's coming down to the quarterback play, man. It's that. It was a couple missed throws, miscommunication maybe, but he had Omarion out there, man. He had enough out there to get it done. Um, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do though. I wouldn't say bench him, not right now. I would let him play again, but they definitely gonna have to work that out in practice. He has an offensive line. That's just what it is. That offensive line has improved 100%. I'm telling you right now, like Larry Johnson III, Zylan Chrysler, Xavier Hill, Jordan Seaton, these are all NFL offensive linemen. They have the size too. Even the tight ends have size. They have max protection now. They have everything they need. They're good. They may have to bring out Juju, man. They may have to. That was it. That's really what they need to get. They needed something on offense. You know, they showed signs when they had to score that first touchdown easy. Because the defense, they got those two turnovers. You know what I'm saying? They picked up that one guy picked up the two fumbles. Um, yeah, they could do a little bit more stopping the run, but I don't know, man. They may incorporate both quarterbacks now. They might have to. You said Salter was not getting sacked. The O line has improved 100%. They have NFL offensive linemen. Larry Johnson III, NFL. Zarian McGill, NFL. Xavier Hill, NFL. Zylan Chrysler, NFL. Jordan Seaton. They all going to be in the NFL one day. That's not the problem. They have the run game. You see how they were running the ball. It's not the offensive line that messed up here. Um, so it's just one game. I mean, they can make some adjustments. I know they were talking to Salter on the sideline throughout the game. He was very vocal. Something went wrong. Something is going on. He was getting pressured, but trust me, that offensive line is better. Yeah, the offensive line they gave him protection. They did. Sometime he hesitated on the run. Um, he hesitated on the throw. Sometime he waited too long. He held on to the ball too long on a few plays. So we're gonna see. They're gonna have to work it out with him. So they may eventually this season. You're gonna see the rookie come in. You're gonna see the true freshman come in at some point. But yeah, that run they couldn't stop that run, bro. They couldn't. But I'm gonna tell you something though, man. That the game was close though. It came down to a defensive game, man. It was really close. Shout out to Mata. I don't even think he missed a field goal. He did get it blocked, but he still managed to for the field goal to go in. So what do you think it is, Young? You think it's the play calling? Like, what do you think? You said the triple option is always hard to stop, man. And Georgia Tech had that run, man. That quarterback he is who we thought he was. Yeah, what's up, Ryan? Yeah, Salter had the TD early on, a couple TDs, like that. It just something was missing. It's definitely not the offensive line because I was watching them. It's definitely not the offensive line, man. They have 100% improved. No, no, we're not saying CU got blown out. They didn't get blown out. They could have won this game though. Definitely could have won the game. But they got something to improve on moving on to the for the rest of the season. But yeah, man, the line. I was mainly looking at that offensive line. All right, let's. I can't play the presser. I can let you hear it. I don't know. Like overall, man, I like the game though. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, somebody has to
We just got
lose.
to do a better job. We got to do a better job of
Wait, let me go back. I'm gonna hear all of it.
tonight. One injury tonight. I think it was a pull hamstring, something like we tweaked the hamstring tonight.
The volume is kind of low.
Oh Lord, that's a tough one, especially provoking 3 turnovers and really not coming up plentiful for for that. It's not good. Got to be more explosive, more definitive, more decisive with what we're doing with the ball on offense. Defensively, we gave up 463 yards
Man,
total offense. They ran
for,
for 320 yards. You're not going to win with those statistics. Tried many things. We tried blitzing, trying to fill every gap, but we couldn't get the job done. They were much more physical than we were. They were much more aggressive at times. We made some plays and we should have capitalized off some of the plays we made, but that first half we didn't. And now we're playing catch up aesthetically, and it's not like we were tricked, fooled, or anything. I think we had success running the ball at times as well, but we missed a few plays that we should have hit. I think you all saw that. But overall, man, you got to give them credit. They coached a heck of a game. They played a heck of a game. The quarterback started off horribly, but he picked it right back up and did his thing, man. So hats off to him. He led his team to a victory. I think our special teams, as I told you, would be special. I think they didn't get a kickoff return. Amada was Mata. We punted the ball well as well. So special teams were special, but we got to do a better job offensively and defensively. And I would take the onus on that. We will do better next week. Let's go.
Hi, Coach. Nikki Edwards, Yahoo Sports. You mentioned their quarterback, 156 yards on the ground.
damn.
What was so challenging about containing him and minimizing his dual threat ability?
Opportunity. He had a tremendous amount of opportunities, and sooner or later, you know, you keep going to the well, something's going to happen. And they were committed to running their quarterback and making it happen. They were truly committed to that. We had some tremendous stops as well, but they kept going and going and going. I mean,
Yeah, this volume is
time
bad on
exhausted
this show.
and we should be, much as we trained on that last run, because we just didn't look like we normally look the whole entire game defensively.
Let me see if I can find another one.
Hey, Coach, good to see you. You mentioned at the top of your statement there about the 3 early turnovers and not being able to convert.
Yeah.
What do you think kind of led to the inability to convert on those turnovers offensively?
Timing, timing, personnel, what we're trying to do. We just got to do a better job. We got to do a better job of making it happen. We got to do a better job making it happen. I'm not gonna sit up here. You know, I'm not an excuse guy whatsoever. And I'm not gonna say what I really want to say either. So we got to do a better job of making it happen.
Hi, Coach. What was kind of your main takeaway from Caden Salter's performance tonight?
He played well. A couple of times I think he should have ran, and he threw. I don't want him to prove to us that he can throw the ball. We know he can throw the ball. We wanted you because he's a dual threat, and we want him to be a dual threat. But I don't think we lost the game because of Caden Salter by any means. He put us in a situation to win.
Jack,
My man.
how are you?
How you doing, sir?
Good, good. Just want to ask about the secondary. It seems like besides DJ McKinney, you tried a bunch of different combinations.
Yeah. A bunch of guys, you know, it's still a competition everywhere. On the other corner, we did some things. A couple of things cost us a little bit, penalties as well. But I think going into next week is more definitive on what it's going to be, and it's going to take a good week of practice to them. Some guys have been injured. That's why they went out there as well.
Coach, you talked about this fall about the importance of physicality.
Right.
To see it not play out the way you want it, is it disappointing or is it small sample size? How do you look at that?
It depends on what you're looking for. Like defensively, no. There's no way you can say you're physical and you got your butt kicked like that. But offensively, you probably would sit out there saying, "Why, dang, they should keep running the ball, right?" Because you saw the physicality that we've been talking about offensively on that line. So I like some things that I saw. I didn't like some things that I saw, but first of all, after the loss, you focus on what's bad at first because it's still hurting, but then you kind of flip it and focus on what was good and try to build off that.
I agree.
Hey, Coach, looking at that last drive specifically, having 2 timeouts left, what was your thought process with, Coach Pat Shermer, and how do you guys, come up with your management for that situation?
I think we got out of bounds a couple times, so we didn't have to take them. So that's what transpired. We got out of bounds, I think, on both sidelines. And that's what happened after the first. I think we got a good play, and we caught the ball, I think, for 9 yards. We got 1 yard to go. So if you get the first down, the clock stops. So it don't make sense to really use your timeout in that sense. So we were just really trying to preserve them. We certainly needed them. So, I mean, I don't want to go home with timeouts. They don't do me no good, but you got to be strategic as well. Just burning timeouts just to burn them, just so you guys won't say that don't make sense at all. But I think we got out of bounds a couple times, which preserved it for us. And we had incompletions.
Hey, Coach, Adam Rittenberg with ESPN. Just wondering how you felt being out there after everything you went through
Felt
personally
good.
this summer.
Felt good. I don't feel good right now, but I felt darn good during the game. I think we were playing a heck of a game, and we could have played a little better, but I felt darn good. The staff was doing a great job. I mean, you're 2 or 3 big plays. I mean, a first down, deep ball, we right there. We don't need pass interference. Another deep ball, we right there. We don't need the nonsense. And we allowed it to happen. Those are huge plays. Like, those plays come back to haunt you. But we're going to get that corrected. We're going to fix it.
Coach Liam Howard, Skillbox Sports. One of the more impressive guys on defense was Martavis French today. What did you see out of him?
Yeah, he was. Martavis French.
He played with passion. He played with fire. He made some plays. It's hard to applaud the defense what we gave up during the 500 yards, man. That's kind of tough.
Yeah, I feel him on
I
that.
tried my best to answer this politely as I could, but it's hard to applaud the defense right now.
Coach, it looked like in the first half, maybe there was, the operation-wise, things were taking a little while to get in. Obviously, you're on the headset,
Yeah.
an observer. Did it feel like that to you as well?
I'm not going to say that. We have so many different personnel groups. Just the smoothness of getting that in and out was, it wasn't a challenge, but, sometimes the guys are not hearing correctly or they're not seeing correctly the signals that's being brought forth. But we rehearsed all this stuff, we practiced all this. We should have been smoother. We'll clean that up for you.
Secondly, you invested a lot in the offensive line this offseason. Clearly, running the ball definitely better than last year.
Yeah.
How did you feel that one?
Felt good. I think we should have capitalized on a few more and understand the backs that we have are pretty darn good backs. We got 3 guys back there, and Dallin isn't even playing right now that can do the job. And we ran well. I thought we had a lot more yards than we had, but that's quite wonderful considering years past. I think that's probably the highest we've had in a couple of years, huh? Yeah, God bless that.
Coach, in the first half, it seemed like they were using some of the wide receivers in the running game as well. When you're already focusing in on a quarterback, running back duo in the backfield, how challenging is that when they're also kind of using the jet sweeps and getting some big gains in that?
It's not challenging because we know it was coming. That's what they do, and they do it really, really well. So it wasn't. It's not like it tricked us. We just got to do a better job in stopping what they were doing. They executed tremendously well.
Hey, Coach, Brian Halpole, the Daily
Yes, sir.
Reporter. I have 2 quick questions for you. But first off, overall, I know you're not happy with the result, but did you see enough tonight to feel like there's enough here to fix and we'll be fine going forward?
Well, you always see that. I'm optimistic on everything. We're definitely going to be fine. I'm not concerned about that. And we could have won that game. It's not like we got our butts kicked. Like we could have won that game. They ran the heck out of the ball. They did that, but we had opportunities. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys are harping on the opportunities that we didn't take advantage of. So if we take advantage of those opportunities, I have a whole different mood up here right now. So we got to get that fixed, and we will get that fixed.
Then we'll ask you one more one question about Caden. You mentioned the other day that, like, he's never been on a stage this big, and he
Right.
played well.
Yeah.
But you mentioned a couple times maybe he overthrew the ball or whatever,
Yeah.
maybe keyed up a little
The
bit.
nerves.
Is that something that you feel like, okay, he's got that out of his
Yeah,
system
he
now?
gonna do that. Also, it's a couple times he could have ran, and he decided to throw it. Like, dog, you're a dual threat. You know what that means? like use your legs. But man, he's a great kid, and he played his butt off. I'm proud of him in a lot of aspects.
Hey, Coach, Patrick Dawson, Shadur Sports. Isaiah Harge had a few nice plays on special teams and as a
Yeah,
receiver.
that's
what
who
do
he
you say
is.
about Isaiah's performance?
That's who he is. He's one of my favorites. I think everybody knows that. That kid gives you everything he has academically. Just a great kid, never on any list, never late to anything, never missing anything, and he does his job and he does it well. Full speed at all times. Great kid.
Mark Kislett, Denver Gazette.
Yes, sir.
As you promised us, this team would look a lot different offensively. Is it to be expected that it would take some time to gel into the type of team you want to be offensively, or
No.
how patient are
We
you?
ain't got time to gel. We got to go right now. We don't have time to try to gel. We had a whole spring and a whole summer to gel. We got to go get it. We got to go do it right now. And you're a few plays away from going to do it. The running game looked promising. We could have taken advantage of that a lot more. I think the passing game is promising. It ain't like they had us covered. You know, we got to take advantage of that a lot more. Once we combine those things, and you're going to see that going into next week, we're going to have it together. I'm very optimistic of where we are. I like what I see in some aspects, just not defending the run.
Coach Prime, Jeff Justin, Night News. You embraced tradition here. When did it hit you that Ralphie wasn't out in front of you as the team's running out? And the
I
disappointment
knew that. Excuse me, what was the last part? I'm sorry.
And the disappointment maybe that is that you've not seen.
I'm not disappointed. Raffy got to do what Raffy got to do. I think you guys have taken a day off, right? Everybody in here. So give Raffy some grace. I mean, she had a good run, right? So they're preparing another Ralphie, I'm pretty sure, and we're going to be all right. All right, Ralphie's going to be straight. But tradition, we honor Coach Mack today tremendously, and I like that. You know, I had my own little look. I had to prime it up a little bit, but this is sort of like the jacket he wore. We definitely wanted to win for him, and I apologize for not doing such, because he was an icon, a legend, a man of God. He's so many things. I wish I could do his half the things that he accomplished here.
Brown Skulls from Rough Report. You mentioned that the running game looked promising, and Micah looked like he took a big step forward tonight. What did you see from him?
Tremendous passion, tremendous physicality, tremendous toughness, and a guy not pouting when we took him out and the other guys had an opportunity, because you look for that. You look for who's not a team guy, who's an eye guy. You look for that on timeouts. You look for who's standing up, who's sitting down, who's, for the team. And that kid is made some unbelievable strides, and hats off to Marshall, because he knows how to deal with each one of his backs individually as well as collectively.
Coach Brown, Aaron Reed here with USA Top 100. What's the status on Chauncey Good?
I have no idea right now. I don't know.
It seemed that there may have not been that much incorporation of the wide receivers in the passing game tonight. Did you kind of?
It's like this volume is getting worse.
That was more of how the game went.
We're going to get it right. Great question. We're going to get that right. I promise you, we're going to get that right. When they had opportunities, they made plays. We're going to get that right.
Amanda Ferguson, Fox 31. What did you learn about your team tonight?
They didn't quit whatsoever. They're physical. They offensively, when you see the linemen say, "Coach, let's do this. Let's run this ball. Let's run it down their throats. I'm whooping my guy. I'm killing my guy." I mean, that's the kind of verbiage that you hear. The receivers wanted to eat as well. So I love a lot of those things that I saw. Defensively, we got to clean up all that. I mean, we just got gashed for 463 yards, man. The quarterback's looking like a Heisman candidate right now. We made that happen for him. We got to do a better job collectively, defensively, on neutralizing the opposing team's running game. And when they take shots, we can't get PIs. We got to do a better job with that as well. Anybody in here didn't get an opportunity to ask a question? Go ahead, my man.
Hey, Coach. Balin Weissert with the CU Independent.
there's kind of one thing looking at Delaware next week, there's one thing you could point at and say this needs to improve before next
I'm
Saturday.
still here. I'm not on next weekend. I'm still here. I'm still present. It's going to be a minute before I flush this thing. So I got to really think about this because I fought me more than anybody else. And I got to really see how I can improve to make sure we're on the right path of success. So I'm not nearly ready to flush this thing. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Yeah. Harge came and grabbed me. He said, "Let's take the walk." And I was in tears taking the walk with Harge because he has that much love and that much compassion for me that he said, "Let's take this walk." And that was a wonderful moment, man. It's a moment that I would never forget. Never. Because it's not like I initiated. He came to me and said, "Let's go." And that's what this college football thing is about. It's about love. It's about peace, forgiveness, trials, tribulations. You know, it's a tremendous journey that we just want these kids to develop into men. And hopefully, what transpired tonight will bring us closer together as a team, as well as challenge us to go to the next level and fix what was broken. We good, everybody? God bless.
Yeah, that volume was horrible. It was horrible. It's the worst I've seen it. All right, so yeah, like he said, you can't allow that many yards and try to win the game. I didn't realize that quarterback ran for that many yards. I mean, I was watching the game like everybody else, but man, Coach Prime is funny. He said we made him seem like a Heisman candidate tonight. I was laughing when he said that. He said we made that kid look like a Heisman trophy finalist. There was some miscommunication. They did have some promising plays on offense on the throw. When he threw the touchdown pass early on, and then when he threw to Omarion. So they had some promising situations. All right, let's see what Jordan Seaton and Caden Salter's up to. Let's see. This is Caden Salter and Jordan Seaton up there.
You guys tied the game there in the fourth quarter. What did you like about your performance, and what did you feel like you can improve on?
I mean, there's always room to improve on throughout the game. You know, really my first P4 big time game out here in Folsom Stadium. But I feel like I went out there and I
No, Power
tried to do the
5,
best that I
sir.
can do. I went
Not
out there and I
P4. It's
executed
Power
the plays
5.
that coach wanted me to execute, but it was still room for improvement out there with just the way the offense connect and run things on game day. It's we just gotta go out there and we just gotta be better. Practice how we play. It starts at practice. We gotta start practicing better and execute and bring it all to the game.
Jordan, obviously, game one, there's things to improve on after this, but overall, when you look offensive line, you guys ran the ball better than you had last year. Did you like what you guys did as an offensive line tonight?
As far as the O-line, I did like what we did today. Again, there's stuff that we got to fix on, especially red zone. We can't have a free guy coming through that gap on the backside. But what I do like is little things, It's mental mistake here, mental mistake there, and those can be fixed easily. So, 24-hour rule, forget about it, and go back to work.
Yep.
We got to practice tomorrow, so we're going to get to it.
Coach Sanders just mentioned that he felt you had some opportunities where you probably should have took off and ran. Do you feel like you had those opportunities throughout the game? Is that something you saw?
Most definitely, I feel like I had those opportunities, but with me being dual threat quarterback, I keep my eyes down the field, and I feel like I had chances to throw the ball downfield and make some plays and execute moving the ball downfield. But most definitely, I feel like I could have used my legs better.
Caden, one for each of you actually. Did the game, you just said it's your first big P4 game. Do you feel like over the course of the season the game will continue to slow down for you?
It's Power 5. It's not
Most
P4.
definitely, it'll
It's
slow
Power
down.
5.
Just starts at practice.
I guess Georgia Tech is P4. I guess.
We just gotta be better overall as a team on offense and defense, just going out there and practicing harder and better each and every day and bring it to the game.
Jordan, are you getting more comfortable in your leadership role? Looks like, I mean,
Yeah, he just got to calm down, Caden Salter, and just do what he did that got him there.
or is that something that you really enjoy, that challenge of becoming one of the leaders of this group?
I think it just happens. Just like I said, like a long time ago, like how I go about my day, how I go about my preparation.
Yeah, he just need to cut loose. You're right.
That role, and I just embrace it. I don't look at
Get
it
sick
like a
with it. He
challenge.
just need to get sick with it.
Do what I do and try to bring as many people as I can along with me.
I guess maybe for both of you guys, the O-line, like we talked about already, did play a pretty good, complete game. But like you alluded to, there were some mental mistakes. We saw you. It looked like you guys had some disagreements on the line, just as a unit throughout the game. I guess what did you guys?
I don't know what kind of microphones these reporters are using.
Nurse that issue as a quarterback of this team.
We just got to slow the game down, control what we can control. There's a few minor mistakes outside of what was going on the field that we.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. That freshman can run too, though. Juju, he can run.
Stay locked in, control. We control.
He's almost just as fast. I didn't know that.
Take one play at a time.
And they're the same height. Him and Juju the same height. Caden the same height, 6'1".
I mean, it didn't really do nothing for my confidence level. I just went out there and executed the play and did what a lot of people know I can do, just scrambled out and made a play, and DT went out there and made a play for me.
Offense is going to look differently this year based on the personnel change for both Caden and Jordan. Do you feel like you guys can win by running the football based on today's small sample?
Of course they can win by running the football. They were running it tonight.
I think people try to make football complicated.
I didn't realize Juju is that fast. He is, actually. He's damn near a dual threat, but he's very accurate.
So now we got to get to the point where we're playing chess with teams, you know. And I think establishing a run will help, you know, the pass, the RPOs, quick plays, will help everything. When you run the ball, people feel the run. Have a good night.
All right, they're done. Jordan, Seaton, and Caden is done. So if they're going to continue with Caden, he's just going to have to get sick with it. He's just going to have to do just what he did at Liberty. I don't know what it was. What was preventing him from running? Were they telling him to throw? I don't know what was preventing him from running. Because he had a few situations where he could have broke one open, but he didn't do it. But he said he answered that question. He said he was looking downfield and he was looking to throw, you know, make a big play throwing. And okay, let me see what we got. If anybody looking, who is this?
Just take us through that last touchdown drive that they had. Just kind of, were you expecting them to maybe try and play for the field goal for the win, or just what were you expecting, and what was the kind of reaction after this?
Well, that's the receiver.
So actually on that last drive, I was sitting, I was on the sideline, but me personally, I was thinking that they was gonna try to milk the clock and go for the field goal, but I was thinking that they was gonna get the false start on the tackle, the right tackle. That last drive, he ended up not getting it, went back to third.
No, he's on defense. I forget his name.
Unfortunately, we just didn't execute getting the quarterback down, pass before the first down.
320 rushing yards, just not an ideal look for the defense. What were you seeing, and why was it so difficult to maybe minimize them on the ground?
300. You said 320. That's definitely disappointing as a defense, especially coming as a linebacker. I take pride in those type of things, but this was a heavy gap scheme team, and you know what I'm saying, motion and everything. So I say with us being just heavy on our assignments, we probably misfit a couple gaps with them just being a heavy, you know what I'm saying, zone and gap scheme team with all the counters and guard pulls and bursts and motion and just all that kind of stuff. Just maybe mess with our eyes a little bit.
Reggie, you mentioned kind of the motion. That seemed like a big thing early for them with getting the wide receivers involved. When you're already keyed in on a quarterback and running back duo that can each carry it, how difficult was that early, just kind of trying to manage
So we definitely, I'm gonna say, had some attention on obviously the quarterback and running back in their room. We believe that they good players. We also know that they like to reverse too, but they got so much different. They such a diverse offense, and it's more so unexpected than just reading your keys. They kind of caught us on our heels a little bit with the reverses. Yeah, we was expecting Haynes King and Jamal Haynes to, you know what I'm saying, be more active than what they were early on.
Reggie, you want to ask about the turnovers?
Oh, that's Reggie.
They had some
Okay.
snap issues, things like that. But when you guys get turnovers like that early on, what does that do for the confidence of a defense, especially a new defense, first time you guys playing together?
That definitely inclines the confidence for our defense, of course. Coming out first game of the season, home game, you know what I'm saying? We get 2 turnovers the first 2 series. That's definitely enthusiasm for the defensive players, especially a lot of us being new guys, building our chemistry, coming together. Obviously, we got
They left 2 timeouts on the board, guys.
so there was
That's what coach was saying. But
enthusiasm incline for us as a defense getting them 2 turnovers early on.
Reggie, Harrison Simeon, Boston SI. It seemed the defense had some more success when you guys were able to keep Haynes King in the pocket. I know you're not on the D line, so you're not holding contain or anything, but collectively, what do you feel is kind of key to doing something like that against a similar offense down the road?
Could you repeat that question one more time?
Yeah, it seemed like when you kept Haynes King in the pocket, you had some more success. What's kind of key to doing that against offenses similar to Georgia Tech's?
Offenses like Georgia Tech, I'm not even just gonna say more so of their style of offense, but Haynes King 10, his play style is more so. He's an athletic quarterback, and not to discredit his game as a passer, but we definitely feel like he's better with his legs than he is in the pocket passing as a passing quarterback. So us having him in the pocket and making him throw the ball downfield last year with him having shoulder issues and stuff with his throwing shoulder, like we'll much rather, you know what I'm saying, that be the situation than him beating us with his legs. So him staying in the pocket was it's a good thing for us as a defense, the way we game plan this. We wanted him to throw the ball.
Reggie over here, Adam Rittenberg with ESPN.
Guys,
you guys
it's,
talked about it this summer about wanting to play a different way.
it's Reggie Hughes talking, the linebacker.
Where do you feel like you guys are at defensively in reaching that goal, and how much of an evolution is it?
I feel like we at a good pace, inclining to be the defense that we want. We're not quite there yet. It's really more so execution with us, because you know what I'm saying. We got aggressive play style players on our defense. We play fast. We get after it. It's just executing situation, man. You know what I'm saying. That stuff like that, it shows up later in the game. Yes, sir. Anything else for Reggie? All right, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, he's real disappointed. That's Reggie. That's the linebacker. He's real disappointed. Something went wrong. Like, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I'm trying to put my finger on because they were doing good. The defense they were doing good at first. They were doing really well. And we already knew that the Georgia Tech quarterback, he's going to get his. He's going to get money. He did it against I don't think they should keep their head down on this one. I'm going to tell you why. Because he did it against Georgia. He took Georgia to triple overtime. So he really is a good quarterback. He really is. He might damn near be Heisman worthy. He might be. So I wouldn't hang my head on that quarterback getting money, because he got money against Georgia. Come on, man, and that's Georgia. So he's good as we thought he was. So as far as the positives is concerned, that team, that offensive line has improved 100%. So, and they established a running game. Okay. The only problem is they left 2 timeouts on the board. So that's on the coaches. That's not on the players. That's on the coaches. So that's why Coach Prime, as being the head coach, he said, that's on me right there. And He's trying to fit. You could tell he was thinking about it as he was having the Coach Prime was thinking about that as he was doing the because remember he said he's in the present. He's thinking about that as he's talking to them. Of course, he doesn't want to leave 2 timeouts on the board. He doesn't. He knows football better than anybody else. Remember, Coach Prime was a defensive specialist. One thing that made Coach Prime stand out in his career is he knew the whole damn scheme of the opposing team. He knew exactly what the opposing team was going to do, and he was ready for it. So as far as defense is concerned, he knows. Like, he know like the flow of the game. He's into like the flow of the game and stuff. He knows what's going on. But they'll make adjustments, and for the next game, I'm looking for them to come out in the next game and win the next game. They just now that they got this first game under their belt, they got the jitters out. They'll make some adjustments and come back. But I saw a lot of positive stuff from this team. Salter just need to use his legs a little bit more, and I like what the running backs was doing today. I would love to have seen Draylon touch that ball some more. I would have loved to see Omarion Miller touch that ball some more. And what's that other wide receiver name, the new one? I would have liked to see him touch the ball a little bit more. However, it didn't work out today like they wanted, but they are an explosive team. Colorado is an explosive team. They just have to fix something. I don't know what it is that they have to fix, but obviously, coach knows he's not going to give it away here. He's not going to give it away, but they practice and they'll probably get it together for the next game for sure. They're a good team though. I saw it. They're not a garbage team. They're a good team. And somebody said in the comments, it was funny that you said we missed Shadur's accuracy. Shadur was very accurate. You're starting to see now how missed he is, how accurate he was. He was very accurate. In fact, I don't know what Cleveland is doing with him. In fact, if it comes to the point next year he doesn't play and ultimately he's out of the league, then they need to start an investigation and sue the league at this point, because there's foolishness going on right now. But let's get back to this game. I believe Leftwich is there. Yes, Leftwich is there. I just think they just got to work out the kinks, and they should be fine moving forward. The offensive line is good because I was watching them. Now, legitimately, within the next couple of years, you're going to start to see offensive linemen go in the draft. That's how good they are. And I saw when they it was like a sweep they did, and I saw let me see, it was Larry Johnson that was running with the running back, and he picked up that block and leveled the kid. I saw it. That wasn't like that last year. They did pretty good this year. They left some money on the field though, on offense. They did. They could have pulled the trigger. I mean, Caden could have pulled the trigger a little bit more with his feet. And now, as far as the run, like stopping the run, I mean, they did that to Georgia, guys. Georgia Tech did this to Georgia. You know how they were running? They did the same thing to Georgia, man. Georgia didn't have an answer for them. They're really that good, yo, when it comes to that run. They're really that good. We do have a deep receiver room. That's what Coach Prime said. He said, the receivers want to get money too. They want to get some. They'll work it out. They'll work it out offensively. I think he might have been a little nervous. He might have been. I think Salter was a little nervous because it ain't no way he can't use his feet, man. He'll do it the next game. The next game, look for him to go over 100 for the next game. It shouldn't be no situation. He shouldn't have to think about it. If they're not open, just go ahead and run it or just throw it away. This is a good team though, guys. On paper, this is a really good team. It's a really good team, and I like what the couple of the guys on the 3 technique was doing. Do you remember they got to the quarterback? They knocked the quarterback down quite a few times. And they remember, oh my God, they need to play, what's his name? They need to play, what's his, Jaheim? They need to play Jaheim Otis. They need to keep him in the game because he got a tip ball. He can do that at will because I've seen him do it before. I've seen him in Alabama do it. He can tip that ball at will. He's very athletic to be so big. I don't know why he didn't start the game or what's going on with him. They need to keep him out there on that line. Jaheim need to be out there. But what they were doing was they were changing people out throughout the game, to keep fresh legs in the game. I like that concept they were doing. They were keeping fresh legs in the game. So they do have a deep rotation on that defensive line. They do. And I like Arden Walker. He has improved 100%. He was putting a lot of pressure on. I like his technique. He was doing he even did what's that shark move that Will Smith used to do, the late Will Smith of the Saints. It was called the Will Smith. I saw him do it. And he got raped past his defender, and they called a flag because the dude held him. He grabbed the back of his jersey. If he hadn't grabbed the back of Arden Walker's jersey, Arden Walker would have had, he was holding the whole game, but the refs called it twice. He would have had 2 sacks this game. But he did put pressure on the quarterback. I'm seeing a lot of good things from this team, especially from the defensive line. They got to the quarterback. They put pressure on the quarterback. However, that quarterback, he can fucking run at will, dog. He did it against Georgia. I went back, when you get a chance, watch Georgia Tech versus Georgia last year. You'll see it. He ran at will. They couldn't stop him. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this like the white Michael Vick? Like, who is this kid, yo? Like, who is this kid, man? Is he like the white Michael Vick? Because he was running like it. And he got wheels. He's fast on top of it. I don't know what his 40 time is, but he's fast as fuck. And he's elusive. So it's a hard offense to defend, right? So I'm not going to knock the defense like that. I'm not, because then we're going to have to knock Georgia too, because they did the same thing against Georgia. And here's the crazy thing tonight, though. Colorado defense got to him. You remember they kept having those miscommunications in the snap? It wasn't a miscommunication when you got Jaheim Otis looking at you. When you got Anquin Barnes looking at you, just staring you down. They were putting fear in that center. That's what happened. They don't have miscommunications like that and fumble. They don't do that. But they had them 2 big linemen in front of that center huffing down on him. That's why he had the miscommunication. I'm just letting y'all know that's what happened. It was our 3 techniques that was doing that. Because they were putting pressure on the center the whole damn game, because I watched it. The whole game. And they were holding too. Just to let you know they were holding. So if you go back and look at the all whatever video, you're gonna see that the defensive line was getting held a little bit. Especially Anquin Barnes got held one time. Anquin and Jaheim. They got held. They were getting held. The refs wasn't calling it. You said that wasn't a miss snap by Tech center. It was a fumble. No, it was like if he had a few high snaps. Some of it was high snaps on some of it. Gibson, he didn't get no touches though. I know you talking about because he fast. No, he didn't get no touches. He was out there. I believe 15 was out there, wasn't he? He was out there. But you said he needs to work on his touch and accuracy. I'm thinking he was a little nervous. Oh, he had 2. He had 2 touches. I know people want to see him get a little bit more though. They got a good team though. Colorado has a really good team. They just have to make a few adjustments. I don't want to hang. I don't want to knock him too much on that, letting that quarterback run like that, because Georgia didn't have an answer for him. They did not. Trust me, they tried. They tried everything. They were rotating people in and out. They even rotated the linebackers. Still couldn't stop this kid. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I need to watch him a little more. Like, damn, is he one of the best quarterbacks in the nation? Like, what's going on here? They can't stop it. Whatever they doing, they can't stop it. It cannot be stopped. That's just what I'm just telling you that. I don't think nobody in the country can stop what they were doing. That's just point blank, period. And I wouldn't be saying that if I didn't see them play Georgia. I saw the highlights on that. But as far as he has not gelled with his receiver. You're not really going to gel after one training camp. This is a problem where I know Coach Prime, he even said at this point, we ain't talking about gelling. Like we're here now. He said we're a team. We got no choice to go out there and play. But you're talking about playing together for a couple years together to gel. They don't have that because they got a few people in the transfer portal again, and we lost a few people. Arguably, I have to say this: Coach Prime is still rebuilding his team. He still is, even in year 3. He's going to be rebuilding his team all the way up to year 5. The reason why I say that is because we lost Travis in it. We knew we were going to lose a lot of people. So he rebuilt again. Think about it. It takes another year for this thing to really start to set in. And then by that time, you're going to have to replace Jordan Seaton. Because he gone after next year. He got one more season. And he's in the NFL. And a couple of those people on the offensive line going to NFL too. And they got a freshman. I don't know where they got this freshman from. He like 6'8", 340. I don't know where they found him at. Yeah, they do be, so I don't know. But they got a lot of stuff to work on and to improve. But the team for me, I thought they looked good. You know what I'm saying? It was a hard-fought game. It was going to be a close game. I said I had them winning by a touchdown, but I said it was going to be a close game. It's going to be a defensive game, and I don't think nobody in the country can stop I don't think nobody in the country can stop that quarterback from running. Not one. I don't know how he has an uncanny ability to sit up there and make a play. I don't know. I don't see nobody stopping him in the country. Is Delaware any good? I have to. I'm taking it 1 week at a time. I have to look into Delaware now. I think we'll beat Delaware. Salter running and passing is not the business. I don't know. What do you think it was? You think he was just nervous? Because I saw him on the sidelines. He looked really upset, and he was talking. He was talking to what's his name, Rashad. And do you see him when on the sidelines? He was talking to Rashad. He had a lot to say, and he looked upset. And Coach Prime said something to him too. I think he probably told him to calm down, like do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Just do your thing, be you, and calm down. It might have been nerves, man. You said he's not playing next week. He hurt. Who not playing next week? You said he stopped himself. You said Shane Coates can stop that Georgia Tech quarterback. Here come Jess. Here he come. You and Shane Coates, man. Jess has been doing this for 3 years. He's not a troll. He's been on the panel before. Hey Thomas, what you think, man? Like what adjustments do they need to make? What adjustments do Salter need to make? He just need to calm down, right? Because if he don't calm down, the true freshman is coming in next week. You already know that. If he don't calm down, the true freshman is coming in the game. So it's one or the other. I'm gonna tell you something about Juju. He's what you call a prodigy. So what happened was when he was still in high school, he went to this clinic, and what's his name was watching him. You know, the quarterback that used to play for Ohio State. He's in the NFL now. He played for the Texans. He was like standing in back of him watching him throw. And he was like, yo, how old is this kid? And they told him. He was like, what? And he was like looking at him. He was really impressed with him. He was like, what the fuck? He said, he throwing like that? You said, I see a lot of good. K Salt you said might not have it. Well, if he don't have it, they gonna play Juju. He's a true freshman. They will make that. And I don't want that for him. You know why? Because this is last year. This is big stage. I know he's been starting since he was a freshman in high school. I know. It was a good game though. I ain't gonna lie to you, it was a nice close game. And I saw a lot of positives on defense as well. I did. That guy that was picking up all them fumbles, that guy was all over the place. I'm like, leave him out there. That's what I was saying. Leave him out there. Just please. And please put Jaheim in the game. Please keep Jaheim in the game, man. I don't know what coaches, I don't know what it is. I remember y'all had got on Jaheim saying something. Guys, he had a tip ball in that game. He was doing what he wanted to do out there. Nobody could stop him. Y'all please keep him in the game. Please. But they have a lot of good people on that defensive line, though, that they can interchange out, because that's what they were doing to keep fresh legs in the game. They had some, they were getting to that quarterback now. They were. They were hitting him. You said Juju will play next week against Delaware. I think they're going to give Salt the start again. If not, they'll play them both. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you, TR. His name French. Yeah, keep French in the game. Because French is playing with all type of passion. Yeah, please keep him in the game. We all know that. So we have some very good positives on this team. Hey Thomas, what you think about that offensive line, man? They are 100% improved. You said they need gap integrity. That's something that they can improve on. But see, the thing is, when you get a bunch of people playing together for the first time, that's what happens. I'm telling you, that's really a thing. But right now they have a bunch of grad students. I don't know if they're going to play next year or this their last year. I'm not sure. But you're going to have some going to the NFL after this season. So you're going to have to replace them. Yeah, my screen is black. I'm having technical difficulties on my end, Capo. You said we still can win the Big 12. Or to win the Big 12, they got to win out at this point. They got to win out. And they have a really, really good squad, yo. They do. The only thing I wanted was that offensive line to improve, and it did. And the defensive line, I like them too. It's just, I don't know if anybody can stop Georgia Tech with that run, because Georgia couldn't do it. Georgia couldn't do it. So I don't know who can. He said the D-line has worried about beating up. Damn, I can't see it. I got this. Hold on, let me. Oh, beating their men. They worried about beating their men and forgot to make a play. Yeah, that could be a thing too. Somebody just said gap integrity. Somebody just said it. I think so too. By the third or fourth game, they'll give it to Salter again. I tell you one thing though, when he move out of that pocket, that boy be moving. That boy be moving. When he gets out of that pocket and he rolling out, he rolling out. That kid can move now. Yeah, they just got to tweak a few things and they'll be all right next week. Yeah, it'll be much better next week. They'll have been on calm down. They don't got the first game off out their way. You said Salter was upset about the play. He was upset about something on the sideline. He was. And he was very vocal to Rashad. He was very vocal. He was very, very vocal on the sideline. I mean, at this point, you know what he should do? If all breaks down, he got his legs. Because he damn sure got some wheels on him. He do. I ain't gonna lie to you though, despite Georgia Tech and all that, I still think we could have beat that game, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think they just left money on the field. That's all. And that's a hurting feeling when you leave money on the field. Meaning that you could have did more. All right now, TR. You said the play calling wasn't good when it was 2 minutes left. You said their quarterback won't play next week. That dude hurt. Which quarterback? The Georgia Tech quarterback or Colorado? You said I don't think Kate Salt can see the field. We should have won the game. You said you don't think he could see the field? Damn, that's not good if you feel that way. Damn. Because if it's a problem where he can't see the field, damn, they'll mess around and bench him, Thomas. See, we don't got spoiled watching Shadur for the past 2 years. I'm just telling you, y'all don't got spoiled. Y'all got spoiled a little bit. They left a couple timeouts. Yeah, they definitely gonna have to make. I think the coach is gonna have to make some adjustments, and a few of the players, and I think that they'll be straight. You said calling plays if Colorado was built like Alabama, and Salter knew that he had playmakers, but if the calls come in or not, yeah. Yeah, there was one play where he missed that wide open receiver. He like threw it kind of over him a little bit. I'm like, damn, that would have been a nice play right there to build momentum. He did have that nice pass to Omarion though. That was on the money. When he threw it to Omarion, that was on the money. That was on the money right there. That was a little confidence booster for him. Yeah, see you little you just a little spoiled from watching two for the past 2 years. But I think he just need to, I don't know what it is. It's something. It's something because he was very vocal on that sideline. No, I say play Salter again. It's not. I don't think he's the problem. I just want to say that. I say play him again. I think he just need to make the decision if he has to just run that shit. Just run it. Like if you got daylight, because when he rolled out of that pocket, guys, that man was rolling. I'm like, just keep rolling. Like just keep going with it. If you could burn him for like 40 yards, get it. You said the stage might have been too big for him. Nah, he'll be all right. You said 3 TDs, no scores, a bad look. Now, if I was Delaware and I was looking at this game, we would already be thinking we got to run this fucking ball. Like if I was Delaware, if I was doing like the scouting on this game, I say, guys, we got to run this ball just like how they did. But Colorado has enough personnel on their team, and they have enough personnel to adapt to fix what went wrong. But I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm not even like holding them to that run stuff because, like I said, they did that against Georgia last year. They did the same thing to Georgia, man. Took Georgia to 3 overtimes. You said Prime told him let me see. He said that? He said that to him? If you let me see. Damn. Dude, that's motivation right there. I said, you know what I would have did? Okay. I'm gonna look at my cleats, make sure my shoelaces is tied tight, and I'm gonna run this bitch. He did say that? I think he said that in the interview. He said, if you let me see. He said Prime needs to call timeouts in the first half. Yo, how about Brandon Davis Swain though? That's another one, man. He got money today too. Yep, he got money. He got bigger too. Yep, he did. He did do his thing. Now they just got to find out who the main starters on that field gonna be. They still working it out. You said, why does he let teams run the air out of the ball in the first half and going to have 3 timeouts? You said, but under the lights, you can't handle the pressure. Yeah, David Swain did his thing, yo. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. And he out there smiling too. He was giving somebody the business. Whoever his man was, I know he was having a bad night when he was out there. And when Jaheim was out there, they were having a bad night. Bad night. So that's a positive for Colorado. They have those players on defense. It's just you just got to tweak a few things on offense. Because, you can't keep defense was getting tired. You can't keep them on the field. After they did their thing, I would say the offense got to tweak. I would say overall the offense got to tweak something. There's something missing. I just don't know what it is. I wish I was a fly on the wall, but I don't know. I'm thinking Salter could still get it done, though. He definitely get it done. Give me 1 second. Damn, the weather changed on me, man, and I'm freaking stuffy. Just that quick, man. It was like a hot summer, and then I went straight to fall like overnight out here. I need to go somewhere where it's warm all the way around, all year round. You said they need to make plays for Salter. You said no, it came down to not stopping Georgia Tech quarterback. Lord, they couldn't. Yo, they could not stop this kid, yo. Yo, what's up with this kid, man? Is he a Heisman trophy? Guys, is he in the running for the Heisman Trophy? What's going on here? If he keep playing like that all year, he got my vote. He got my vote. I saw what I needed to see tonight from him. He got my vote for a finalist for the Heisman, like running like that. Let me see. Let me see how many yards he ran for. Let me look again. 'Cause this is crazy. Let me see. Let me look at the stats here. Oh my God. Oh my God. You got to be kidding me. Guys, this is these guys, hold on a second. Guys, he don't made his bid tonight for the Heisman Trophy. And Coach Prime, he had me cracking up when he said we made him look like a Heisman Trophy candidate tonight. This can't be right. Guys, this can't be right, yo. This can't be right. These numbers can't be right. He went 13 for 20 for 143 yards, but he did have an interception. Guys, he ran for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. That can't be right. He ran for 156 yards? A quarterback. He ran for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's what did it. That's what lost the game. That's it right there. You're right. We couldn't contain him. That's what lost the game. Did y'all hear me? He rushed for 150. He rushed for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns. Let me see what Salter did. Salter was 17 for 28, 159 yards, guys. All right, so he threw for 159 yards, and Haynes King threw for 143 yards. He technically had a better game except for the rushing part. He should have did what Haynes King did and just start rushing, yo. He should have did that too, because he could have rushed for a little bit more. Caden Salter rushed for 140. I mean, excuse me, he rushed for 43 yards. Micah Welch rushed for 64 yards. Caden Salter, he scored a touchdown. No, I think Salter's all right. He's okay. The only problem is you couldn't stop the freaking Haynes King. We couldn't stop him, yo. Georgia couldn't stop him either, so don't feel too bad, y'all. Georgia couldn't do it either. At this point, guys, he's in the running for the Heisman Trophy. At this point, like from tonight, he is a runner. He just like Coach Prime said, you know what dual threat mean? That means run it when you can. Did Coach Prime say that to him? He said, if you him, show me. Did he say that? Man, I tell you what I would have did. Okay, Coach, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna run this ball now. Now let me look at the receiving. Yeah, Amarian Miller had 39 yards. How about DeKalon Taylor, though? He looked good, too. DeKalon Taylor, he had a touchdown. Um, yeah, they just couldn't get it going, man, on the offense either. Caden Salter had some respectable passing yards, though. Just couldn't get it going, though. Let me see. Is this for Colorado? Yeah. On defense, Reginald Hughes had 9 tackles, 2 assists. Martavius French, he had 5 tackles, 1 assist. Keaton Wade, they might have to, is he a linebacker or is he on the end? Because Keaton Wade was getting past his defender too at will. DJ McKinney had an interception. Yeah, they'll definitely learn from this game. Yeah, they'll be fine for Delaware, guys. I got them beating the hell out of Delaware. I'm just letting y'all know that. They're going to beat the hell out of Delaware. I promise you that. Yeah, they definitely going to beat the hell out of Delaware. You don't think Caden Salter is it? Yeah, they definitely going to learn, Anthony. They definitely going to learn from this. They had a lot of positives from this game, though. I like what I saw, though. It's just that they couldn't stop the Georgia Tech quarterback because he's in the running for the Heisman Trophy. That's just the bottom line. He's a Heisman. He's up for the Heisman Trophy this year. Yeah, they might go 11. Play him playing like that. Yeah, you said we'll see. Max, don't get overconfident. Yeah, Ryan, I do like what I saw in the offensive line play. Um, I saw some positives on the defensive line, getting to the quarterback. I'm not worried about the secondary. Not worried about them. McKinney and the boys. I'm not worried about them. Um, I don't know, man. I think Salt just need to run a little bit more. Because, man, when I saw him roll out in that pocket, I'm like, yeah, he really is fast. He really is. You said, see, this is where I blame Prime. Shallow would have left in 23. Shadur should have stayed this year and worked with Juju. You think Shadur should have came back for his fifth season? Nah, he was a senior, man. Shador is just, you gotta play the hand you dealt. He's with Cleveland, and they're not trying to let him go. So, because I know people thought, yeah, maybe they'll let him go. Nope, they keeping him. You said I really wonder what Juju has to offer. A lot, a lot, and he can run. On top of it, I didn't know he was mobile. He is. He's mobile, and he's very, very accurate. Thomas, you said I think Shador should have stayed. You think he should have stayed for his fifth season? Damn, if he had stayed with this offensive line, he would have really been getting money today, for sure. Or you think he should have stayed in college? Why you think he should have stayed in college? You think he need to improve on something? Like, what do you think? You think he needed one more year in the Power Five? Nah, he wasn't staying because Travis was leaving. He wasn't staying, yo. But as far as that offensive line, he would have got money tonight. Shout out to Jimmy Horn. He was at the game. Jimmy Horn was at the game. Sylvan Craig was at the game. I saw them. They showed up. Shout out to Jimmy, though. You say you're not sold on Salter. You want Juju to play. You said Shador need to work in a clean pocket to show he can quarterback. Remember that I said that. That's the problem that Cam Newton said. Cam said he said Shador, he has an old habit that he needs to fix. And he said the last game wasn't a good example of fixing it. He said because the line was bad. He said that especially the team knew that the offensive line wasn't going to stay there. And Cam said the reason why he think they did that is to simmer it down a little bit to the fans. They put him in there to fail, so at least they could say that, give a reason why they got him at the number 3 quarterback position. Because they know the fans are going to be calling for him. Because he's so popular. And they saw what he did against Carolina. They didn't want him to have that game again. They didn't want him to have the same game in the last game. They did. Because then he would have made his case for why he should be starting. And then it would have been a problem because Cam said when the season start, you're going to see a lot of number 12 jerseys in them stands. More so than any other star on the team. So he said eventually they're going to be calling for him to go in. So he believed they sabotaged him in that game so that he'll look bad, so that they could justify sitting him. Because he didn't have the line that Dylan Gabriel had. That's what Cam was also saying. He said they need to give him the same line to see what he could do. He said he bet you he would have did better. But he said a technical issue with Shador is when he drops back in the pocket, he said most quarterbacks will step back into the pocket. And that'll give you, he said that gives you an extra second. Because he said the left and right tackle are moving the men away from you. Even though they're going to come back to you, but you have enough time to throw it. He said he's not stepping up in the pocket. He's drifting back and not stepping forward. But he believes the reason for it is it could be because he wasn't confident in that line. So, and he was like, people like Tom Brady, they had such great line that they didn't have no happy feet. They just were stationary. He said that's why Tom Brady looked like a statue. because he had a really great offensive line. Even when he was in New England, he had a really good offensive line. Remember they had the commercial about it, the 5 layers of visa protection. And he had his offensive line with him. They rarely let him get touched. And he's not only did he step in the pocket, he was just standing there. That's how much time he had. He had a really good offensive line when he was in New England. He had a good one when he was in Tampa Bay as well. Really good offensive line. So he's saying that he has to fix that and he should be fine. He said it's fixable. It's not that what he's doing is not fixable. But I think the problem was he was not happy with that offensive line. Because you remember when he played against Carolina, we weren't talking about his pocket presence then. We weren't. No, Brady didn't get there overnight. He hung behind Drew Bledsoe. And afterwards, when Drew Bledsoe got hurt against the New York Jets, when Mo Lewis hit him out like he was going out of bounds, Mo just hit sticked him. Tom Brady came in and never looked back. He never relinquished that starting role ever again. I mean, he was a backup, but once he got the starting position, the rest was history. And that was it. Peyton Manning, he was like a statue too, but the difference with Peyton Manning is he had a good offensive line. You know, his freaking center is gonna be in the Hall of Fame one day. What's his name? Jeff Saturday. That was his center. Yeah, Peyton Manning, if you go back and look at some of his highlights, his offensive line were monsters. Monsters. Yeah, they didn't want Shadur to outshine QB1 and QB2, so they went ahead and put him in there with people that weren't even going to be on the team. I think that's why they did it. Now that Cam said it like that, I agree with him. You say Cam is willfully dishonest, two-head. No, he did say that. He said he didn't have an O-line to feel comfortable stepping up in the pocket. He said he was uncomfortable the whole game because of that offensive line. You talking about the Tennessee quarterback? Yeah, that O-line that was blocking for Shadur in the last game, they not even playing on the team no more. They all got cut, except for one. But I would like to see what he do with the first team offensive line out there during the game. I would like to see that. But anyway, man, it's still overall is a good game though. You know, we had a little excitement, a little thriller. You know, it's all good. But yeah, definitely, you know, they're gonna make some adjustments and be back next week, man. Definitely you'll see something different. Yeah, Ryan, he definitely was outshining. He was outshining them in practice. They simmered that down. they said, look, just let this kid get these offensive linemen. They ain't gonna be here, but put them with him. Yeah, man. So we're gonna see what happened, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. But yeah, man, win some, you lose some. We'll see how they bounce back. I'm pretty sure they'll bounce back against Delaware. I'm gonna have to look into Delaware now, but I think they'll bounce back on that game. That's what I think. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all. I will talk to you on the next one. Yeah, it's like changing the weather that's going on. But I will catch you guys on the. I do. That's what I do need, Anthony. I probably will take some. I have some over here. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. I'll just close and say this on a positive note. I saw a lot of positives in Colorado today. Offensive line, the defensive line was getting to the quarterback, hitting them. And I see what Brandon David Swain is doing. He looks good. The tight ends are big as fuck. I don't know where they found these tight ends at, though. They big as fuck. So they found them. I like what I see on the offensive line. I do. I like that unit. And so, yeah, we'll definitely see. I'll be back. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, y'all.